Hey everyone, I hope you all are well. I'm going to go ahead and get into it this morning. So I am streaming on 3 of my platforms today. So I want to say thank you for joining me. And it may start to fizzle out. It may drag because I am streaming from 3 different locations today. And my Wi-Fi is not the best, and I apologize. So if you can just, hold on with me and everything will just work out. Just stay put and hopefully it will stop dragging eventually. So this is what we are going to be talking about today, TikTok. We're going to be talking about zone mapping of the scalp. And if you guys have joined me before on previous events, I generally talk about the zones of the scalp and how, as a holistic practitioner, I am able to deduce and use deductive reasoning. Good morning, sis. Good morning. How we're able to deduce what is going on with you just by looking at you. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it today. I am streaming on Facebook. So Facebook, if you have any comments, thank you for joining me. If you have any comments, just ask and I will answer them. I'm on Instagram and I'm also on TikTok. So if you guys have joined me for the first time and you've never seen me before, my name is LaRon Quarles. I am a certified IIT trichologist and a holistic hair loss practitioner in Pleasantville, New Jersey. I am also a licensed cosmetologist. I've been a licensed cosmetologist since 1987. So I'm very, very familiar with hair styling, everything that you would encounter when you're getting your hair done. I've been there. I understand it. I've been doing hair almost 40 years. So I know a lot of how you feel about your hair. As a certified trichologist, what I do is take your body's entire view. We as trichologists take an integrative look at your entire body and how your body is functioning. And we take all of that information, we put it together and we share with you based on what it is that we see. This is why you may be experiencing what you've experienced. As a holistic hair loss practitioner, my goal is to help you naturally, without drugs, without shots, but using herbs and minerals and vitamins and different energies and different things that we can use to help you find balance to your body and get your hair back. So I'm going to talk to you today about the zones of the scalp and zone mapping. Now, I'm on here doing my live streams week in and week out, and I talk about zone mapping a lot. So if any of you have heard me mention zone mapping, just put a little hand up and let me know that you've heard me talk about zones. If you want to know about zone mapping, let me know. Thank you, Love Hunter, for liking it live. If you have questions, just put it in the comments and I will address them, because I'm going to, again, talk with you about your hair and how different areas of the body speak to us as holistic practitioners and certified trichologists. When we gain our certification, we continue with continuing education. In trichology, we don't have continuing education. Here in New Jersey, as a cosmetologist, hairstylist, we don't have continuing education, but it is always recommended in whatever certification you set your mind on, you continue in your education. So in my walk, I joined a group called the Holistic Practitioners of Trichology. If you are a hairstylist, you are a beauty professional, it is wise to align yourself with groups that help you further your education, help you stretch what it is that you already know or build upon what you already know. During my training with the Holistic Practitioners of Trichology, I was introduced to the zones of the scalp. Now, what that usually lets us know is different areas of the scalp signify different reasons for your hair loss. So clip this, I'm going to say it again. Different areas of the scalp represent to us why you are having hair loss with different areas of your body. So if you're ready, let me know. I didn't see anybody put in the chat that they've heard this before or that they want to hear more. So I'm going to go ahead and start. If you guys have any questions, again, just put them in the chat and I promise you I'll answer them. And then I'm going to come back to what it is that I'm here for today. So as a holistic practitioner, I'm walking down the street all day long. Now, ladies, I know you can attest to this, because when you see someone, one of the first things that you do that you're drawn to is you're looking at people's feet, you're looking at their shoes, you're looking at their nails, you're looking at their hair. I have always been one of those people. When I'm out in the street, I'm always looking at somebody's hair, and I will stop in a minute. Yes, Renee, you said yes. I will stop in a minute and I will compliment anyone. I don't care if they're a small child, if they're a grown man, if they're a white woman, a black woman. I give everybody their props because I'm an artist. I love hair. So if I see a fade that is out this world, I'm gonna be like, yo, who's your barber? Yo, your hair is tight, your hair is nice. He killed that cut. I will tell anyone that they look good. Even if I see a well-dressed man in the street, and I love a well-dressed man, I'll compliment them. I'll say, I hope this doesn't come off the wrong way, but I just want to say you look very handsome in your attire. And you know, most people, they enjoy that. They love to see that you're pleased with their attire. So I say this to say, I'm always looking at people, checking them out. And the first thing I do is look at someone's scalp. I can tell instantly when someone is having a challenge with a body part, with an organ, or with their hair in general. I can tell because I can look at the uneven patterns, of the spotty patterns of diffusion and loss and problems in people's hair. I can tell instantly when someone's having a challenge because I have studied this. And now I'm going to give a little bit of this to you so that you can understand, as a holistic practitioner, why it is we do what we do. I also want to include, when you guys reach out to me, you send me your information, you say, I'm having a problem here, I'm having a problem here, my insulin and my A1C is this, and how can I fix my hair? I don't know. I'm not one of those people who take stuff, throws it against the wall, hoping it'll stick. I'm not one who will say, try this, because I don't know you. When I have the chance to see you on camera, when I see you in person with images for me, I'm able to share with you, based on what it is I see, I deduce this, based on your blood work, based on your bioscan, based on your diet, based on information and data, I declare this. I suggest you do this. So I appreciate when you guys send me information. However, I don't give quick fixes. If you want quick fix information, I can send you straight to the website. If you want something general that will help you, I'll send you straight to the website. But I can't provide you any information because I don't know you, I haven't met you, I don't know a thing about your life. As a holistic practitioner and a trichologist, again, we take an integrative look at how your entire body tells us a story. We want to know about your stresses, about your traumas. Where do you work? Do you work underneath air? Have they changed that air lately? Are you dealing with mold and toxicity? When did you move into that house? What kind of paint do you have? When I tell you, we get down to the nitty gritty because that matters to us. We ask you a litany of questions, which is why we just don't give you spot information, because we need to do a deep dive into your life. We ask you questions such as, are you in menopause? How many children do you have? What types of surgeries have you had? Have you had any issues with medication? Tell us about that. When did this begin? And we put the pieces together based on what it is that we see. Often I will have people interview me on my 15-minute calls, and they'll say, what makes you different from a dermatologist? A dermatologist is not taking that introspective look into you, putting those pieces together. Your dermatologist does what they do. They will evaluate your skin. They will look at it. They'll say, here's your spironolactone. Here's your minoxidil. Here's your shot. Here's your biopsy. Based on what I see, bop, 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 bop. So we provide another layer of information and more answers to help you get to the root of your issue. So when you want to know what a holistic hair loss practitioner and a certified trichologist does, that's what we do. We provide you with the information needed so that you can make informed decisions about your hair. So I'm going to talk today about the zones of the scalp. And one in particular, I'm going to go in very deep. Thank you so much for liking the live. I'm going to go very, very deep because I want you to understand how we're able to pick this all apart in a minute. Ms. Gail from Facebook says, good morning. I cut off all my hair starting over, but I have a spot and it's thin. How can I make it full to cover these spots? Again, Ms. Gail, I don't know because I haven't met you. I don't know anything about you. I can't give blanket information. What I suggest to everyone all the time is find a holistic practitioner, find a hair loss practitioner, find your dermatologist, find you a trichologist, work with them and get yourself a plan. I don't know what your medication status is. I don't know what your inflammation is. I don't know how your blood sugar is moving. I don't know anything about how you're digesting fats from your liver. I know nothing about you to be able to say with certainty, this is what you need to do. Start here and your hair will come back. I welcome the opportunity to speak with you, Ms. Gail. When you have the time, connect with me by just leaving me an inbox. Give me 15 minutes of your time and I'll be able to share with you how we can get your hair back. But as it stands right now, I don't know enough about you. So if you have a targeted question, I can definitely help you with that. But I don't know how to get you in particular to help you grow your hair back. So I hope that helps. I can only work with information. And once you become our client and I receive your information, I'm able to give you a treatment plan. Okay, all right. I'm able to give you a treatment plan based on what it is that I see. I take your blood work, we perform a blood chemistry analysis, and it's a functional blood chemistry analysis. And when we say functional, integrative and functional, we're taking the entire body and we're mapping the different levels of your blood, and it gives us values based on what your body is telling us. It is very different from just a blood test, because I have people all the time that'll say, my blood work is fine, and my doctor said it was fine, it was normal. Your doctor doesn't do hair. Your lab tech isn't a trichologist. So, of course, to them it's going to look normal because they're looking for mean and median values that are normal. They're not putting them together in an integrated functional capacity, putting them together, giving you the 1-2, the 1-2. They're not doing that. That's what we do. Everyone has their own specialty. When you go to a general contractor for a roof, your general contractor is going to find a roofing specialist to fix your roof. You can't ask targeted questions to your general contractor about your roof because your general contractor don't do roofing. Your general contractor don't do plumbing. He don't do lawn care. He funnels that stuff out. So we work the same way. We take your information because we are specialists. We are your roofing contractor for your hair. I get the question all the time, how are you different from a dermatologist? Your dermatologist ain't doing all this. They're going to give you special information. You take that, you build it along with what you get from a trichologist and hair loss practitioner to give you a personal plan. So I'm going to just talk about the zones of the scalp, and I'm going to start with the front hairline first. We're able to identify by looking at you when you're having diffusion in this area. When I say diffusion, that's just a fancy term for saying thinning. When you're having thinning, and it is very noticeable in this area, we know based on what it is that we see that you are having a problem with your kidneys. This is backwards. You're having a problem with your kidneys, and or you're having an issue with digestion. So let me go ahead and start. Issues with your kidneys may come from digestion. Now let me explain kind of briefly how this may begin. You may be a certain blood type who doesn't digest food well. And when you don't digest food well, a few things will happen. You will have nausea. You will feel like you're vomiting. You will feel like the acid is backing up in your throat. You won't be able to digest your food well at all. You will always feel uncomfortable, especially the older you get, because digestion does not improve with age. It actually gets worse. You have to help it along. Some things that will occur are some things like GERD. You won't be digesting your food well. You'll eat and then you'll just be like, I'm not hungry anymore. I mean, I have heard this from people who basically tell me they don't eat because they don't feel well when they eat. Some other things that'll happen is your body will tell you when you eat certain foods, that's the wrong food for you. You will instantly know because of how you feel when you eat. You'll have that uncomfortable feeling. You'll be rubbing this area. That area will start to feel tight because your stomach is basically filling up and it can't empty the food because it doesn't have enough digestive enzymes. You don't, as a person who doesn't digest the food well, manufacture enough hydrochloric acid. You don't have enough digestive enzymes to just digest your food properly. In combination with the liver and the gallbladder, your liver and gallbladder can't digest the foods you give it because they're probably the wrong foods for you. You're more than likely not providing your body with enough bioenzymes to digest your food in combination with digestive enzymes from the stomach. So you're having a problem in the north area of the body. Anything that gives you problems in the north will give you problems in the south. So usually I have clients that'll tell me, oh, I have trouble going to the bathroom. I have IBS. I have GERD. I have issues with my digestion. I know it because I can see it right in front of your scalp. Now, how this may affect your kidneys is undigested food that is not able to break down well, when you're having a problem with digestion, will allow undigested proteins and hormones to spill through the small intestine down to the large intestine. When you have a problem digesting proteins, fats, and carbs because no one shared with you that you need to have a certain mix of hydrochloric acid, enzymes, bioenzymes, you will have a problem with protein spilling over in your urine. So you will develop areas of diffusion here in the front of your hairline. That's the kidneys. If you have protein in your urine, proteinuria, you will be developing issues here. Now, I've seen this more often than not. This is just one way, quick, that I'm able to determine that you're probably already having issues that you don't necessarily know about because no one put those keys together for you. So when you're having a challenge with your digestion, as a lot of us are, I myself, I talk about this on the lives all the time. When you have problems with digestion, it shows up here. It shows up here on mine because I have problems with my hair thinning in the front because I share with you guys all the time. I'm a type AB. I do not digest my food well. And I'm able to discern that quickly when people tell me that they have problems digesting their food. First thing I'll say is, what's your blood type? What kind of food do you eat? And I'm like, here you go. So one of the first things I'm able to discern quickly when you come in for a hair and scalp exam, when you sit with me as a holistic practitioner, I'm able to put those pieces together quickly because I've been doing this a long time. So that is the difference from your hairdresser and from your dermatologist. Sometimes you need to include someone else in the mix who has a bit more experience in certain areas. So as a hair loss practitioner and a certified trichologist, this is what I do. So what I want to also share with you is how this also shows up in the area of digestion and kidneys, which is this front area, is if you've had digestive surgery, if you're on GLP-1s, if you've had gastric bypass, you might as well forget about that hair growing back because you have changed through surgery how your stomach works. You've changed how your body digests food. You will not be able to regrow your hair the way you had it before your surgery because you've already gone in and you've surgically altered how your body digests food, how your stomach digests food, how much food you can digest with a sleeve. And if you've rerouted how your colon works, you'll never be able to have the hair that you once had because you've already surgically gone in and altered how you digest your food. Clip this. When you're taking GLP-1s, there is something that you're doing chemically to disturb the digestion and elimination process. Anything that circumvents and changes how you digest your food will show up in thinning hair, especially here in the front. When you're on certain GLP-1s, and this is no shade to GLP-1s because I understand why we do it. We're trying to lose weight. We're trying to get it back tight. We're trying to get our metabolic life together. We're trying to get our blood sugar, our A1C together. I get it. But what I find is clients usually are not informed about what happens once they begin GLP-1s. A lot of people are very sensitive. And when they begin a GLP-1, it allows the food in the stomach to sit there. You don't digest it. It will take even longer. If you have a pattern of digesting your food, maybe within a few hours, 3 to 4 hours, instead of maybe 4 to 6 hours like some, your food will sit in the stomach longer. So you're not hungry. You're not eliciting that hunger response because the food is just sitting in the stomach. That will allow bacteria to enter up into the esophagus. It can make your breath smell. You can develop bacteria and different issues that will migrate and show up 2 to 3 months later in your hair. The GLP-1s are great, but you're not eating. The food is not digesting. And what happens north will occur south. So if you're having a challenge digesting your food in the stomach, it's going to cause you issues with elimination in the intestines. So I say all this to say, when you're looking at your hair, you have to understand as a holistic practitioner, and we ask you targeted questions. This is why, because we're trying to get to the root issue. We're trying to get to the root cause. We're trying to help you identify through the stories you tell us things about your life that will tell us why you're having these challenges in that area. So I really wanted to just kind of break that down for you as a holistic practitioner, why I do what I do and why I don't like to give just spot information. I need to have more information instead of less information. So I got a 99. That's okay. That's okay, because as a holistic practitioner, you don't have to agree with all that I say today. That's great. And I'm glad that you don't agree and you don't find it to be the case. That's okay, because as a holistic practitioner, this is what I use in my business. Whatever you use in your business, I hope it works in your business. So I'm sorry you don't agree. Secondly, the next area that I find some issues is, in addition to digestion, sometimes the GLP-1s or sometimes digestive issues will cause thinning and diffusion here in the front. And I give you a very loaded example of how that can occur here. Next is the area of stress. Many women and many men, they'll develop a thin pattern here of diffusion where they start to lose hair in this area due to stress. When I do a microscopy exam, I'm looking at your hair under a microscope. And when I'm looking at your hair under a microscope, I'm able to discern, looking at the hair, does it have pits? Does it have breaks in it? What colors are being shown along that root sheath? How long is the root sheath? What does it look like? Is it very thin? Does it have abrasions or nicks in it? Because I can tell when you've been going through a stressful period by looking at your hair when it's pulled from this area. Now, you guys probably won't be able to identify it, but when I'm taking hairs from a live person, I am taking it from the top of this ear all the way across the top to the other ear. So the areas of the scalp right here, I'll take hair from this area and I'll look at it under a microscope, and I'm able to discern and tell different things. So I use what I have to make suggestions for you as to how you should proceed in a treatment plan. Now, my heat just popped on because it's a little chilly in here. I'm up in the Northeast and it's not even breaking 30 degrees here. I'm gonna go turn it off because it messes with my sound. So give me a second, don't leave. So that's that next area, this area here. When my clients are very, very thin, I like to ask them about their workplace. How is their workplace? Did they leave a job? Are they taking care of someone who needs assistance? Are they taking care of aged parents, kids, grandkids? Did their college kids come home? How are they being fulfilled? Do they take time for themselves? Is the work stress is it bothering you to the point where you feel as if you want to leave that job? Like, there are a number of different things that I'll ask when it comes to a client stress. When I have my clients come in and they do their consultation, I will generally I'll ask twice, because I'll ask two different ways that you can tell me more about your life. Now, I do have some people who are very closed off, don't feel it's relevant to divulge a lot of information, but as a holistic practitioner, it does help me. I'll say, within the past 3 months, tell me what has happened in your life during these past 3 months. And in the past 3 months, I can tell, oh, I had to take in my sister who has a problem with drugs, and we had to uproot someone from a different area because they lost their home. We lost our home in a fire. I got a new job. I was fired from a job. And all of that will make sense to me because I will see it often show up here in this area. So as a holistic practitioner, we use the zone mapping to identify this area as an area of stress. So let me know if you guys are understanding what it is that I'm trying to put down. I got that from Myron Golden. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Because I want you guys to understand, sometimes when you're looking at your hair and scalp, you sometimes can see what's going on, but you just don't know how to put those pieces together. But this is what I use often before I even see you in my chair. I'll have my clients send me aerial shots of their scalp before they even meet with me, because this helps me to help you. The next area, and I just want to make sure that y'all are getting this. And if you're not, just put it in chat and then I'll help, elaborate. So her Longston says, is crown alopecia the same reason? So if you can elaborate on that for me, her Longston, what do you mean by that? Like, you can put in more comments because I need a little bit more information. When you say is crown alopecia the same reason? So your crown, this crown here kind of has to do with more than one area. So we have the kidneys and digestion, we have the stress area here, and then this area here, which I'm going to get into, is the nutritional and inflammatory zone. And I'm going to get into that. So if you can, her Longson, if you're still in the building, let me know a little bit more about that so we can talk about it. I just want to know a little bit more what it is that you're asking. And again, everybody, I just thank you so much for joining me today. My sister, always Renee 1071_1071, says the last 3 months are crucial. When you all are in the New York area, my sister is a holistic practitioner, a certified trichologist, cosmetologist, and a barber in the New York area. And often when I get people who will ask me, well, who can I go to in New York? She's the first person that I'll recommend because she is mobile. She will come to you for a fee and help you evaluate your hair and scalp and give you a treatment plan. Now, you think I'm up here week in, week out, and I'm giving y'all the business? She's even worse. She don't play no games. She's going to tell you what it is, and she's going to give you what you ask for. She's going to give you a plan. She's going to tell you why you're in that area, and it's up to you to do what we recommend so that you can get your body back. If she asks you to detox, you got to detox. If she asks you to use a topical, use a certain product of energy that will help fill your hair back in, that's what she's going to give you, because that's what we do. So again, always Renee _1071 says the last 3 months are crucial. So when I do ask my clients about their lives for the past 3 months, that is why, because a lot of what I see when I see you has happened because something in your life happened over the past 3 months. And that's why I wanted to mention that. And thank you for making that comment, because I guess I really didn't touch on it hard enough of why I asked for what happened over the past 3 months. So I want to go through. Okay, Chevy, temples. I'm going to get to temples in just a second, Chevy. So I just wanted to go through and talk about some of the comments that are left. So Aretha said, hello, can you talk about temple thinning and balding or alopecia? Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second because I'm on number 3, which is nutrition. If you can hang around for a second, I'll get there because I'm not ready to get there yet. Miss Clara said, I definitely understand what you're talking about and can't wait to hear more. And thank you for joining me, Miss Clara. So I'm going to keep on. When you're having a challenge here, this area here, right in the back, this area right here, this is the area above that hook. It's the area above the hook. This is the hook here because this is the occipital. So when you have that hook in your hair, is about to take that dip, we're talking about this area here. Now, this is an area that I refer to as the nutritional or inflammatory zone. What I want to share with you is when y'all are out here eating the most, eating all these processed foods, eating foods you don't have no business eating fatty foods that you can't digest, because just because it's on this earth don't mean it's for you. Like I share all the time, I'm a type AB. I am not supposed to have beef. I am not supposed to have steak, bear, deer. I'm not supposed to have anything other than turkey, soy, and fish. If I want to have beneficial digestion, my body can't digest the enzymes and the proteins in a lot of food. Just because stuff is on this earth does not mean it's for you. That's why we have the blood type diet. So when I say that, I'm talking about the blood type diet. So when y'all eating food that y'all don't have no business eating, you need to get that app, find out what your blood type is, and follow that. Because when you are, good morning, when you follow what it is that you should be eating, it's going to help you reduce your inflammation. Not all food, because it's on this earth, is right for you. When you're eating foods that you don't have no business eating, it will show up right here. All that inflammation, all that processed food, all of that sugar, all the food that you're not supposed to be eating, the fact that you cannot digest certain enzymes in certain foods, it's going to show up right here. Your blood sugar, when your blood sugar is too high and your insulin levels are too high, it's going to show up right here. All that inflammation right here. When you're having that problem with that PCOS, it's going to show up right through here. It's going to take out all this hair because this is that dreaded hormonal zone. When you're having problems with your hormones, and insulin is a hormone. When you are affecting your insulin levels because you're eating you're eating foods that have sugar, a whole lot of salt, a whole lot of preservatives, a whole lot of food colorings. When you are eating those types of foods, it's going to affect your insulin levels, which is a hormone, and it's going to affect the entire top, most of all, right through here. And everyone is different. Some people will have that little spot here. Some people will have it here. It depends on their head shape and where they're going to find it. So let me answer these here. Okay, new here from Chicago. Okay, thank you. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think that's Ivory. I can't really see. Y'all see I got these glasses on, and I got these from TikTok, y'all. I got a pack of them. It was $5. I had 4 glasses for $5 because I need my readers. So thank you for joining us from Chicago. Audrey, good morning. Poor Patty, thank you for sharing the live. Now, Sway said, can you show the face and title of the book? It's called Eat Right for Your Blood Type. I'm sorry, I don't want to get back off my chair anymore. So Always Renee said, especially processed sugar. Now, I'm gonna get into this because my sister put this note in the chat. When you're eating a lot of processed food and a whole lot of processed sugar, anything that has more than 20 grams of sugar per serving in it, you're going to affect the way your body processes sugar in the body. When you do, it's going to affect your liver. When you're eating a whole lot of processed food, a whole lot of food in a box or a bag or out a drive-through window, when you keep eating food at work that's already prepared, when you're going to Wawa and your local store and your bodega getting food that you didn't prepare, when you're not eating food under the rainbow that's lightly sauteed, lightly steamed, and it didn't grow out of a ground, that has minimal processing, it's processed. If it's in a box, it's processed. If it's in a package with plastic, it's processed. That ground turkey y'all get, if you didn't grind it up yourself, they put some red dye in it, they put some salt and saline solution in it, it's processed. When I tell people, when they want to really get down to the root of it, when I say, get the turkey, get the chicken, grind it up yourself, buy the whole chicken, cut it, and stop buying processed food, that's what I mean. When you're adding the salt, the sugar, and the food colorings that are messing up your nervous system, that are messing up your gut and your brain axis, and it's messing up your gut and your lung axis, and you're having all these problems, you have to look at your food. When you're eating a whole lot of processed food with a whole lot of sugar added to it, it's going to eventually cause you to have fatty liver. Fatty liver, when you start incurring fatty liver, and it shows up on my scans and it shows up in your blood report as fatty liver, we're able to identify that. I already know you're eating a litany of sugar and processed food because that's where you get fatty liver. Fatty liver is an inflamed liver. It is inflamed from too much sugar and too much processed food. When you have a fatty liver, it impairs how well the mitochondria support each cell in the body. So your liver can't detoxify you. It can't help with your hormones. It can't do the job it is supposed to do. It can't help work with the gallbladder to digest fats because you're dealing with a fatty liver. Your liver is inflamed. You'll start having this gut that will start protruding, and you'll start having that real thick middle, and you'll start getting that visceral adipose fat around your middle because your liver is leaking fluid into your belly. That's where all of that excess weight and stuff comes from. It comes from the diet. When you have a fatty liver, it's going to impair the mitochondria of every cell in the body, namely the hair cells, which is why I'm talking about it. When your liver is too fatty and it impairs the mitochondria is the energy producing center of the cell. If your cells have no energy, nothing's going to grow well, which is why when you see people after seeing them 10, 20 years and you be like, dang, what they been doing? It's because they're not living right. They're not treating their body right, and they're eating food they don't have no business eating. When y'all want to keep eating food out of your house and y'all don't want to cook it at home, we have the same 24 hours we had when we were 20, 10, 35, but nobody wants to take the time. I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time. That's why your hair look like that, because you don't want to take any time. You want to make excuses, but you don't want to make no time. You have to make time for yourself. Get your food, prepare your salads, get your brown rice, and get your whole chicken, your whole unprocessed chicken that has no preservatives, no antibiotics. Cook it down and freeze half of it and make yourself some meal prep. Make your own food at home. When my clients come in and they want their treatment plan, that's some of the things that I recommend. Something you have to remove some things from your diet and add some things. If you want to make changes to your hair and scalp, you have to stop doing what it is you're doing, move that to the side, add new things. You can't create change if you don't want to change. So I'm going to get to this area here if y'all want to just hang with me a little bit longer. So when you're looking at the ear, this area above the ear, this is your immunity. The areas above the ear are your immunity zones. When you connect them, you guys can't see because the pen that I use, the red, you can't see it because it's, it's kind of old. When I went for my holistic practitioner training, as soon as I came home, I mapped this out. This area here is the immune system. When your immunity is weak, and I know one of my sisters asked me, what about the areas on the sides? When you're having problems with your immunity, when your gut isn't right, when you're not going to the bathroom the way you should, when you're not eating your pre and your probiotic fiber, when you have autoimmune issues because you're eating foods that don't work for you, they deliver what's called a mass cell response throughout the body. You start getting hives, and now I got sensitive skin. No, you ain't got sensitive skin. It's you. You need to clean your gut up. You need to work on your immunity. When you find out where it's coming from, you're able to move yourself out of that and have fewer breakouts. But if you just take medication without identifying the source of where that came from, that's why you're going to have those problems. You're going to have those breakouts and, I can't have no color. I have to have a sensitive relaxer. No, you just need to work on some things so that your body is less sensitive. So Miss Breezy, send me your information if you can. Send me information where you're located, because different areas of Atlanta, I understand you're in Atlanta, but sometimes when I say I'm going to find someone in Georgia, I need to know specifically where you are, because there may be a holistic practitioner or trichologist that's closer to you. Let me know exactly where you are, like your area, your county, even though you said Atlanta, just let me know. And thank you for that message. I will definitely get that out to you. I'll go into some of my chat rooms to see who's in your area. So when you are dealing with weak immunity, I can tell all the time. Sometimes people will lift up their hair. Child, ain't got no hair. Hair just clean, bald clean, no hair clean. Often I'll have clients who recently, they just lost hair here all along the sides. So this area again, this area here is your immune system. Your gut and your immunity and your thymus gland need support. They need work. So when you're thinking about immune products that will help support your immune system, things like echinacea, golden seal, it's 1,000 different things. You can try pure cold press essential oils for your immunity. You can do pre and probiotics. There are a ton of things, but you have to understand colloidal silver, oregano oil. You have to work on your immunity, because if this area is affected, that's your immunity. Now, this bold area here beneath this area here, and that's that hook. This is the hook. This whole area in the back here, that's your immune system. So when I say your gut and your immunity need help, that's your body letting you know, sis, we having a problem. Identify with your holistic practitioner or your trichologist what it is that you need to do and work on it. People say to me, well, what am I supposed to do? You need a plan, because usually when you're having a challenge here with your gut and with your immunity, there are some other things that work. You may be going through a stressful period. Thank you, sis. Thank you, Douglasville. Got you. What will happen is sometimes when you're going through stressful periods, stress will weaken your body's response to eliminate food properly. It will shut down digestion. So sometimes people can't even eat when they're stressed out. I'm eating everything when I'm stressed. So it's just a little different. Some people are different. Often when you're stressed for long periods over and over and over, you're dealing with traumas, you're dealing with someone that you don't like, you want a divorce, someone's cheating on you, different things. When you're dealing with things and you're dealing with trauma, sometimes it will shut down the body's immune response. You won't be able to eat. Your blood vessels will constrict. 2 to 3 months later, you'll see in this whole area here, because your immunity is weak. You're not able to support your body's immunity. So this whole area here and above your ear, that's an area that corresponds to immunity, gut strength, thymus gland health. So when I share all these things with you, that just allows me right off the rip to kind of identify, without you even telling me, what I need to help you work on immediately. Now, all things considered, there are other things going on in the body. Even though I just went through all the zones of the scalp, I take everything into consideration. I take your blood type. And again, if you wanted to know, the name of that book is called Eat Right for Your Type. Eat Right for Your Blood Type. They have an app and they have a book. That's like one of the old copies, like when the book first came out. I take your diet. I take your blood type. I take an integrative look as to what has happened in your life. Did you have a move? Did you have a divorce? Did you have a baby? Did you have this? What happened in your life? I take your blood work, or I do a bioresonance scan. I'm looking at how you eliminate food. I'm looking at, are you going through menopause? I'm looking at a whole bunch of things. So when you guys reach out to me, you send me numbers, you say this, and, well, I eat good. Why am I losing my hair? I don't know. I invite you all, if you have a holistic practitioner or trichologist in your area, meet with them. Meet with me. I work with clients virtually, which means I can work with you whether you're in Chicago, whether you're in Canada, and I have worked with people in the UK, I work with people in Mexico. It doesn't matter. I will ship you out the required things that I need. I'll send them to you. You take pictures of your scalp. You'll send me pieces of your hair. I will send it out for a hair tissue mineral analysis. We get the job done. You don't have to worry about, okay, well, how's she going to help me? And I'm not in front of her. You don't worry about that. You let me worry about that. You will send me your up-to-date recent blood work. We perform a blood chemistry analysis. And along with the interview process, we get down to the root and we provide your treatment plan. When you come to me in person, this is what we do. We get to the root of the issue. We're trying to get, let me see if I can put it like we put it in the street. We're trying to get to the bag. We're trying to get to what is it that's causing you to have these series of issues that are manifesting in your hair and scalp. So when you're having challenges here, I want you to understand, if that's an area where you're losing your hair, where you have like little areas that are still left over, little tiny hairs, that's usually traction alopecia. If there are areas where there's no hair, but you have a little bit of hairs left, that's traction. If you have, your area is clean, you have no hair at all, no hair, and your hairline kind of starts back a bit, more than likely, that is frontal fibrosing alopecia. So my sister, okay, I'm sorry. Because I keep tapping my Bluetooth by accident, it keeps turning on my audiobooks. So when you're having a problem with this area in the front, it could be traction or it could be frontal fibrosing alopecia. So I did have a sister that said, what about this front area here? As I suggested earlier, part of this area envelops your immune system. So when you're having a challenge in this area here, it's your immunity. It could be autoimmunity, things in your body that are causing your white blood cells to potentially attack this area. I know that's the wrong term, but it's potentially attacking this area. When you have the whole entire area here, like I said, it could be traction or frontal fibrosing alopecia. Frontal fibrosing alopecia is a scarring type of alopecia that comes from autoimmune conditions. When your body is not functioning the way it should, and it looks at different things, and it appears to the body, oh, we have to dispose of that, it will subsequently go in and erode those cells in that area, they will stop producing, they will be attacked. If you are losing color in this area, that is your melanocytes. Your melanocytes are being affected. You're not getting enough copper. Your body is attacking the color of your cells, and it's causing this whole area to be a lighter color because you're under autoimmune attack. So when y'all ask me these questions, sometimes I'm able to help based on certain things. Sometimes I'm not because I don't have you in front of me, but I hope that helped to answer your question. So one of my sisters here said, let me get to this. Okay. And I'm sorry it took me so long, Miss Angie, because I've been talking. Miss Angie said, if you correct the blood sugars and stop eating sugar and eat the right diet, can you correct the hair loss issue, especially it's been going on for several years? You can. But like I said, you need a plan. I need you to understand this. Oh, my hair look a mess. When you've been eating the same food, the same processed food, if you've been eating the same food for a long time, you're going to have to more than likely stop eating the foods you've been eating. You're going to have to reduce the amount of times you eat processed food. You're going to have to evaluate how much sugar is in this product, how much rice, how much bread, how much potatoes, pasta am I eating? How much sugar, how much protein am I eating that is breaking down into sugar? Because even protein breaks down into sugar. Even if you're eating a low carb diet and you're eating a lot of protein, if you're eating too much protein, it still breaks down into sugar because that's how the body breaks it down for energy. It needs it for energy, carbohydrate energy, caloric energy. So you have to evaluate what it is that you're eating. Make sure that you fast every so often to keep your blood sugar stable. Put together a treatment plan. Work with your medication, your GLP-1s, your metformin, whatever it is that you're doing, also in combination with whatever else your body is telling the practitioner or myself. You have to do all of it. So it's not simply work on your blood sugar and eat the right diet. You have to do a little bit more than that, because believe me, when I share with you, when clients come to me and they think it's one thing, it's usually about 9 or 10 other things, because you can't impair one body system and that doesn't fall off into other areas. Your endocrine system, what you're talking about, because that comprises your blood sugar, your cortisol, your A1C, that's your endocrine system. When you're affecting your insulin levels, there are other areas of the body that you need to support in order to make sure that your endocrine levels are normal. So it's more than just changing your blood sugar, changing your diet. That does help. But what I say to everyone is get yourself a plan. Get with a holistic practitioner or a trichologist and get yourself a plan. If you want to get your hair to grow back, get a plan. Me sharing this information with you week in and week out, because I'm going to be here every Sunday giving you this type of information. I say all this information today so that you guys can understand that it's you. You have to change what's going on inside of you so that you can get better hair growth. Will that fix it for you, Miss Angie? I don't know, but you usually have to do more than just one thing to make sure that your hair will grow back and grow the way you want it. I hope that helps. So, Miss Gail, I hope you are following that book. Thank you for letting me know that you have the book. I tell everyone, you have to keep opening the book and rereading it. Open it, reread it. Open it, reread it. Because a lot of us, we fall off. We fall off. So Miss Angie, you said you need help. I'm here. If you need me, just send me a private message. Send me an inbox letting me know that you require some more information. And I invite you to meet with me for 15 minutes so that I can understand a little bit more about your concerns. Am I able to fix anything in 15 minutes? No. What that allows me to do is speak with you about your needs and let you know what it is that we provide, whether we serve your needs virtually, whether we serve your needs in person. Would you like a very quick exam, an upgraded exam, or would you like to start a treatment plan? We'll be able to tell you all this in 15 minutes. I'm never able to give anyone advice. I don't give advice in 15 minutes because I don't know you. I don't have any information. But I tell everyone within the sound of my voice, if you need help, just reach out. I'm here. But I invite everyone to meet with me for 15 minutes just so I can get an idea of what's going on with you. What is it that you want and how I can serve you? So, Miss Edna, this is always because I'm streaming to Facebook. As soon as I end the stream, it's always uploaded to Facebook, always. So follow our page. You'll be able to see this recorded replay within like 10 or 15 minutes after me ending the stream. I'm going to be ending this live stream at 9, and you can go back and watch this. Facebook will allow the stream to stay on our channels for 30 days. After 30 days, if I don't download it or y'all don't watch it, you won't get to see it. But I always try to make reference each week to go back and watch the live stream, go back and watch the live stream. So I hope that helped. Miss Edna, that was you. Miss Gail said your blood type is O. So Miss Gail, I need for you to make sure you eat the right proteins and the right fats to balance your blood sugar, because I see a lot of B's and O's who generally have a lot of issues with blood sugar and balancing blood sugar. That will cause you to have problems here in this top area, from the nutritional inflammatory zone all the way to the top, because this is the hormonal zone. Your blood sugar, your insulin, that is endocrine, that is hormones. Insulin is a hormone. And if you don't follow your blood type O diet, women especially will have the added benefit of having all of that thinning hair right in the top, because they're not following the right blood type diet. What also happens is, the older we get, of course, we start experiencing menopause and menopausal issues. Like myself, the hairline starts sliding, and we start producing a lot more testosterone, or we're more susceptible to our testosterone because our estrogen levels and all the ladies' female levels are declining. So we're more susceptible to the testosterone. So we start experiencing more of these problems here. So Miss Gail, follow that blood type diet. Follow it, because if you got the book and you don't follow it, I promise you're going to deal with all those issues that type O's usually deal with, which is high blood sugar and metabolic issues. So I am here for anyone who needs me, because this is why I do this week in and week out. My coach, Russell Brunson, said, do a live in your business every single week to help your business grow. By helping my business grow, I'm also helping those become informed, because I need all of you to understand that you need to make some changes in your life. If you want to have great hair, you have to make changes, but you need to see someone who has a specialty in what it is that we do, so that they can help you. Like I said, you go to a general contractor, you can't ask a general contractor specific questions about foundations and plumbing and roofing and painting, because they don't do all that. All they do is say, you need your house fixed, I'm gonna go get the specialist. We're your specialists. We are your hair loss practitioner and your certified trichologist. Yes, go to your dermatologist, but take your dermatologist information, get additional information so that we can tell you what's going on with the other moving pieces to give you a treatment plan. And I hope that makes more sense. So Miss Angie said, I need your help. How can I get help? All you have to do is just DM me. I'll send you the link to my website so that you can meet with me for 15 minutes so that we can share with you what it is that we need from you and how we can serve you. And I do that to qualify people on the front end. And I will say this, I have an automated message that comes up on my Facebook that says, just reach out to us and come over to our website to see if you qualify for what it is that we do. I had someone who kind of got in their feelings, because I don't want you to take it that way. When you see the message that says we'll qualify you to see if you're right for our business, I sell that because not everyone is right for what it is that we offer. We offer treatment plans. We offer the long view, the long haul, the long road. We don't offer quick solutions. If you want a quick solution, you can just go to my website. I'll send you information so you can go to the website. You can find any number of the NourTrust products, the Pure Naturals, the Cell Food products, the Hair Effect. I'll send you anything if you want a quick solution, but I don't offer quick solutions. I offer a plan. A plan is something you follow for an extended period of time. You have to do a lifestyle change. If your head is not right and you're not in the game, this is not for you. I also do not serve men. I only work with women. My market of women is women over 50, because I'm a woman over 50. If you all can't tell, I'm a woman over 50. So I like to work with women over 50. So when I say I'm qualifying someone, I need to make sure you're the right fit for what it is that I offer. So it's not for no income. I don't know enough about you to say you don't have the income to support what I do, because if you want something, you're going to pay for it. So that's not what I mean. When you guys get that message in your inbox, reach out to us and we'll qualify you to see if you're right for our business. That's what it means. Because I had someone in my inbox and she was just like, how do you know that we don't have the income and that's not right? You shouldn't do that. That's not why I do that, because of cost. It's not everyone is a right fit for our business. There are different types of businesses out there, and you go to the business that's right for you. We don't serve everyone. I do help women and I help children, but at this time I do not serve men. So I appreciate that, Ms. Gail, because my market is women over 50. Do I help all women? Yes, but my market is women over 50. So I have a comment from Kimber, Simply Kimber, on Instagram. She says she's an A negative. I'm an AB. So I feel you. People with A's and ABs, have certain issues that they deal with because the genetic makeup of their people that gave us their blood type came from a certain area of the earth who ate certain foods. Those types of people that gave us the A and the AB were not ones who slaughtered big game. They didn't slaughter beef and bison and bear and things like that. Our people, wherever we came from, had fish. They had light game. They ate of the earth. They ate nuts and berries and dug up peanuts. They ate what was on the land. They didn't eat more animals. So when you are O and a B, you came from different areas that genetically gave you blood types that allow you to process different food. When you're an A and AB, you came from a different area that allows you to process certain types of food, which is why A's and ABs usually have problems with liver, gallstones. They have their gallbladder removed. They have problems with digestion, problems with elimination. So I thank you, Kimber, for letting me know that you're a negative. So I know you guys probably may not still be in the room, and I'm trying to make sure that I hit all of y'all, my Facebook, my Instagram, and TikTok. Miss Passion said, can you reverse the baldness damage caused by years of high blood sugar? I don't know. I welcome everyone to come in to allow me to see the scalp. If I still see follicles, there's always a chance that you can reverse some things, reduce your inflammation, work on your body's issues, and get your hair back. But I never can say yes or no because I don't know what's going on with you. Once we give you the treatment plan, it takes work. It takes time to adopt a different lifestyle, work on your blood sugar issues, work with that medication that you're taking, work with the fact that you are a diabetic or type 2. It's a lot. It's a lot. You have to really change your mindset and say, okay, I'm going to do what they recommended. I'm going to use the products. I'm going to use the energy stimulating. I'm going to use the topicals. I'm going to change the inside of my body, reduce my inflammation. There's a lot that I would suggest that you do if you want to reverse and restore. That's why when you come and you meet with us for an hour, that's exactly what I'm putting out to you. If you're not ready, which is why I say this is a qualifying appointment. When I meet with you for 15 minutes, I let you know that. Don't reach out to someone like myself if you're not ready, if you're not mentally ready. Sometimes it works the same as when you leave a mate or a spouse that's not good for you in your spirit. I don't advocate people leaving their mate because I'm a Christian and I don't advocate divorce. But sometimes you need to remove yourself from a situation that's not right for you. When you are finally ready and you leave, that's when you're ready. I say the same about addressing the needs of your body for your hair. When you are ready, then reach out. Because if you're not ready, don't do it. Because if you're not ready and you still like to go out and have your little drinky drink and you like to eat your processed food and your snacks and you don't want to get up and go to the gym, you don't want to move that lymphatic waste through your body, if you don't want to change the direction of your life, if you don't want to commit to sitting on that toilet every day because you have to get rid of the junk in your gut. If you're not ready to attack this stuff each and every day, pay attention to yourself, take care of your hair and scalp, wash your hair in the manner that we suggest. If you're not ready, it's not the right time for you to reach out. I myself, I don't like sitting on a call just to talk. I like to work with those who are ready. So I encourage anyone, when you're ready to start working on your issues, then reach out. If you just want factual information, I suggest you just follow our pages and just, watch some of our live streams because it may not be for you at that time, because I choose to work with people who are ready to move. I am not one who's going to really go with a whole lot of excuses. I need to see your hair each week. I need you to send me pictures each week. I need you to send me pictures of your pH level, because I have you track your pH each and every week. Because if your pH stays yellow, I know you're not doing what I'm suggesting that you do. You're not eating your fruits. You're not eating your vegetables. You're not eating your greens. You're not drinking your aloe. You're not alkalizing your body. I can tell because your pH strip will tell me so. If I see that you're not responding to my text and you're too busy to get back to me, a lot of times I'll discontinue the working relationship. If you're not taking your supplements, if you're not taking your probiotic fiber, if you're not taking what it is that we suggest, you're not going to make the changes in your body, and I will subsequently sever the relationship. So I say all that again. I only work with those who are at the point in their lives where they're ready to address whatever it is they need to change so that they can get their hair back. So I'm going to answer the rest of these questions, and I'm going to go ahead and skate on out of here. So someone else said, I'm sorry, let me get it. Always, Renee said, yes, become conscious food shoppers. So Kay Breezy, I think you asked me the question about the practitioner in Atlanta, and I'm going to get back to you. So yes, LETEW said, hi, Vicky, how are you? I miss you and I love you. LETEW said, what about hard water? I suggest if you have the budget, get the filters changed in your home so that you are not as susceptible to drinking hard water. Sometimes you can get the filters, you can get the Brita filter, you can get Kangen water and things like that. And if you need to use it for your hair, you can use it, because hard water will have certain deposits on your hair and scalp that will prevent you from having the best hair growth. Hard water, when you drink it and when it goes through your skin, your liver has to detoxify you of that. So if you can, see if you can put filters on your water supply at home and then drink filtered water. Also, there are websites that you can go to check to see which minerals and toxins are filtered through your local water so that you can see why you're having some of the problems you have. A lot of times when people come in from New Jersey, I will find out which area of New Jersey they come from, because we have different things that filter in through our waste and toxicity and runoff from hospitals and things like that, meet in certain areas and cause certain people in certain areas to have problems that they are not cognizant of. Like they will have different issues, and I'll say, well, where do you live? And I'll go through and I'll say, these types of toxicity show up in your water. So try to find filtration systems, and that will help you with your hard water. And if you can, please try not to just drink your tap water. I don't know if you do. I don't advocate drinking. Let me see. TikTok is asking me to make sure I'm still here. I don't advocate that anyone drinks from plastic bottles, because, you know, all of us are loaded with microplastics. Please, if you can, try not to drink water that's in plastic. If you can, filter your water and then put it into a carafe. Drink out of carafes instead of drinking it from plastic. So I hope that helps, because years and years and years of hard water does have an effect on your hair and your scalp and your body. It makes your liver work too much harder. So Passion say, does the 2 cups of beans a day challenge help heal the gut? I don't know enough about that. I'm unfamiliar with the 2 cups a day of beans. I don't know anything about that. But for certain people, I say, for myself, I'm an AB. I cannot have black beans. I like pinto beans, and I like other beans that are right for my type. Beans are always good because it's a great source of fiber. If it is giving you too much gas, combine it with rice and beans. And I say, black rice, red rice, brown rice, not white rice with the hull and the husk. Eat rice, because rice helps beans play well together in your gut. So yes, eat your beans. If it's giving you too much of gas in your body, make sure that you take enzymes that help you digest beans. But beans for anyone is great because it's a source of fiber that the body cannot digest, which is why you're supposed to eat fiber. The fiber helps pull all of that excess crap off of your arteries that feed the heart, feed your tissues, feed the rest of your body. And when you eat things like beans, that fiber helps to pull all of the cholesterol and the waste that is clogging up our arteries. It helps move waste through the gut, because the body cannot digest certain types of cellulose and plant fibers and beans. That's the whole point. That's why we're supposed to eat it, so it can pull the food that you eat with you out of the body so that you can eliminate. So yes, I don't know anything about the 2 cups of beans a day challenge, but send me some information about that. I do suggest everyone for their type eat beans because it's very helpful. So I'm going to keep going. And Miss Jones McNeil, thank you so much for joining me. And McKee Phillips, good morning. Would you happen to have any companies in Tacoma, Washington? I do have a practitioner who is in Washington. Is she in Tacoma? No, but you can reach out to her and she may have contacts in her area. If you can send me information in a private message. And she's a practitioner that I trained myself who is in Washington. She may be able to refer you to someone else in that area because I only know her. And she's in Washington. Is she in Tacoma? I have no idea. But just, reach out to me and let me know where you're from. And I promise you, I will try to find someone that is close to you. So Chevy said the steroid shots did the opposite for me. Well, steroid shots do a myriad of things. They help the body deal with the autoimmune attack. It helps reduce inflammation immediately. And then in some people, I have had the pleasure of witnessing the steroid shot sometimes causes trauma to the scalp because that is something piercing the skin. That is trauma. That is something unnatural. And sometimes it can cause a spot of alopecia, and you can actually get spots in the area that you had your steroid shot. So steroid shots do different things for different people, which is why not one therapy works for everyone. Some people I have spoken with personally, they said the steroid shots help them, but then their hair subsequently started thinning again. Some people, they wind up getting alopecia areata. Some people get lumps in those areas where they get the shot. The shot does something different to different people. And I would strongly suggest anyone who's interested in visiting their dermatologist, always go to PubMed journal, NIH journals, and find out what steroid shots and intralesional steroid shots does to the skin and the scalp and how it helps, and look at some of the drawbacks and some of the things that happen when you get a steroid shot. And I'm sorry that the steroid shots didn't work for you. And I want to say good morning to everyone who said good morning to me, but I was on a roll and I didn't scroll through and answer these questions. So Alicia G said, I have those areas. Anyone in Southern California? Yes, we do. We have holistic practitioners in Southern California. If you can, I'm not going to remember all of these. Send me your information and I will go to my holistic practitioner groups and my trichology groups to see who is in the area that may be able to assist you. And Miss Purty, if you're still here, because I know a lot of people aren't here, I'm sorry I'm getting to these messages late. I just want to say thank you and good morning. So McKee Phillips, oh my God, I'm really feeling all not right. I don't know what you mean by that. If you can, send me more information about what you mean. Yes. Oh, okay. Always Renee said avoid the steroid shots. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. P candles. If you guys don't know, all you have to do is go to the bio. All of my information is in the bio. You'll find my information there. My website is right here, Hair Loss Center NJ. When you go to the website, the location is at the top of the screen. You can't miss it. But we are in Pleasantville, New Jersey. We're in the Atlantic County area. We're in the Atlantic City area. So, Miss Cassandra Young, I hope you caught some of the information about the crown area. I talked about that being the hormonal zone in the endocrine area. So the entire area is susceptible to hormonal change. But I did go over each individual area so that you can understand if you're having challenges in a certain area, this is what we use as a holistic practitioner to kind of gauge what it is you may be experiencing. So Sway said you got the book title. Okay. All right. Miss P Candles, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Thank you always, Renee, for answering. Mike Phillips, you said, please. Okay. I'm going to keep going. Thank you everyone on Instagram for joining me. And I'm sorry it took me so long to answer these questions. So Sway said, wow, I'm learning a great deal. I need contact information for a consultation. All of my information again is in the bio. If you guys are new to TikTok, maybe you guys don't know that, but all the information is in the bio and my information is here. This is why I put this here so that you guys can see the website, write it down and visit me. Either find the information here as a way to connect with me or go to the bio for all of my information. Okay. Mike said he's in Tacoma, Washington. All righty. Can someone pin the name of the book? It's called Eat Right for Your Type. Eat Right for Your Blood Type. Okay. I'm going to finish answering those questions on Facebook. Just give me a minute, you guys. User 1234. I didn't address CCCA. I did address CCCA a few weeks ago. If you would like the information about CCCA, I can send you the link to my full live stream that's currently on YouTube, because TikTok, Instagram, Facebook does not save the live stream. Oh, as a matter of fact, you can find the live stream if you are on Facebook. I can send you my link to Facebook, or you can go to my my bio, find the live stream to my on my Facebook and my YouTube about scarring alopecia. I talked about that then. So, Dr. Cynthia Lampkin, you're in Mississippi, you have trouble finding help. Please, if you can, reach out to me so that I can connect with you, so that I can help find someone in your area. Maybe they're not promoting, maybe they're not coming up with these search terms, but I promise you I can find someone. And again, myself, I do help clients. A lot of us practitioners, we help clients virtually. So if you're not finding someone, we could still help meet your needs, even though you can't find someone. And Scarlett Trouse, good morning, and thank you for joining me. And Sway, health insurance does not cover what we do. We, as holistic practitioners and trichologists, we are not able to take insurance for what it is that we do, but we do accept care credit. We accept Affirm. We accept invoiced payments. We accept care credit. There are things that you can do if you want to, use our services, but at this time, we do not take insurance. Our exams are not to the level where you would not be able to afford it. We have different levels of exams that you can take advantage of. What comes into play is when you would probably want to use insurance is in the treatment. So you can always reach out to us if you need to try one of our different levels. I encourage you to just reach out for a 15-minute session so that we can find out which one works for you. So, Sway said, okay, no men, no problem. Sway, I didn't know you were male. Usually when I see on here people's names, I don't know if you're a man or you're a woman through the name. So Miss T, just reach out to me. Please reach out to me, schedule a 15-minute call, and you can just let me know if you're ready and you're ready to work on your needs. That's what I mean by if you qualify. Some people aren't ready. Some people just want a quick fix. I don't offer quick fixes. I offer plans. So Kim, you said your blood type O. I did cover that. Okay, Miss Pradethi Banks, I have alopecia on my scalp and it burns. You have suggestions? I don't have suggestions. What I would suggest, if you're still here, ma'am, is to meet with me so that I can talk through some of your issues and some of your needs, and I can share with you what it is that we offer to help you work on the fact that you're dealing with inflammation and it's migrating here to your scalp. There could be a number of different things with this being that targeted zone. And like I said, there are different reasons why you would have problems with your scalp. Inflammation can be coming from a myriad of different organs migrating together through your body and giving you inflammation. So I don't know. I would suggest you reach out to me. So Dr. Lampkin, you said you're ready. Great. And my sister is handling a lot of these questions, and I thank you, Renee, for doing that. If you guys have any more questions before I dip off, because I've been on here since 8, I will be dipping off in a couple minutes. So Miss Angie, you said you've been drinking so much bottled water, but not enough to keep up with my daily requirements. Way too much bottles for a long time. Miss Angie, I will say this. Just because you're drinking water, sometimes drinking water is not nearly enough for 2 reasons. So give me 1 second. Don't leave, y'all. Now, often I share with people, just because you're drinking water, the water that you drink is dependent on a couple things. Number 1, how are your hemoglobin levels? How is your vitamin B12 level? Are you taking the required amount of vitamin B in your diet? Because vitamin B, namely B12, cobalamin, helps build red blood cells. If you don't have enough red blood cells in your body and you don't have substantial or the right levels of iron in your body to build hemoglobin, you will not be able to carry oxygen and just the water, you won't be able to carry it through the body because you don't have enough red blood cells to distribute the volume of blood needed to your body. So I tell everyone in that respect, because it was brought to my attention when I went down for some holistic training, maybe like over 2 years ago, when you're low on iron and you're low on vitamin B, you are dehydrated because there's not enough red blood cells. There's not enough blood volume. There's not enough heme to carry oxygen and to deliver nutrients throughout your body, period. Which is why I tell my women, you need to have your vitamin B. Last week, I talked about vitamins and I talked about the fact that you should have B in your diet because it helps build red blood cells. Part of our issues with our hair is due to circulation. If we're not getting circulation to the entire body, it eventually starts losing oxygen and the entire body just physically starts to die off because it's not getting oxygen. So when you are dehydrated because you're not getting in your vitamin B and your iron, make sure that is always on point. Make sure you're taking a substantial nutritional supplement that allows you to have good B vitamins and good iron. Also, if you're drinking water and you're not getting electrolytes, that's a problem. You can drink all the water you want. Your water should be combined with electrolytes. Even something like vitamin water. This is one I drink, one that I get from my local ShopRite. I drink a bottle of water, but it's way on the other side of the room. And it has electrolytes in the water, so I drink that all the time. I also take my vitamin B and my iron. So you have to make sure that you're giving your body what it needs. Even though you're drinking water, your body is in a sense still dehydrated because certain things need to be at play to give your body what it needs. Sometimes when I do scans and people say, I'm drinking 8 to 10 glasses of water, I'm drinking a gallon of water, how am I dehydrated? Because this is what we know, this is what we learn, this is what we see on the scans. So Miss Edna Carradine, I had my only child at 35, 2 months before my 36th birthday, started menopause at 40, blood type O. You may, if you're having a challenge with your hair and areas of thinning, you may have a challenge, but I tell everyone, you have to kind of give your body a chance to get itself together because you have two competing things happening. You may have been nursing. You are also taking a dip in your estrogen, your progesterone, and your women's female hormones, but they were stable enough for you to get pregnant. Then you subsequently going through menopause. So you're having declining levels of estrogen. You have the problem where you're more sensitive to the male hormones. So we start to thin. I'm not really sure if you nurse, because often when you're nursing, the hormones that help you produce milk, sometimes it takes the body so much energy to help you produce milk. The hair is often sacrificed until you stop lactating. So there are a lot of things that work. If you were having challenges with blood sugar, insulin, melatonin, going to sleep, there's so many other things that affect hormonal hair loss that it's difficult for me to say. Like I say to everyone, get yourself a scan, get a bioresonance scan, get your blood chemistry analysis done by a person like myself, a professional like myself, and find out what it is that you need if you are having challenges with your hair growth, because you just kind of put that information in but didn't say anything else. Find a holistic practitioner who also does blood typing, because there's a lot that goes into the recommendations when you give us your blood, because then we're going to automatically based on just general information that you eat certain types of food. If you're having additional issues, sometimes we also throw in intolerance testing, and we further help you get to those the treatments that you need by just including and removing certain things from your diet so that you can reduce inflammation and have better growth and better physiological health. So Miss Edna, you said thank you for the information. I thank you for being here. I mean, you didn't have to be here. You could have been somewhere else today. And I thank you because you're helping my Facebook algorithm by putting in these comments. So I thank you. Angie Smith, you said thank you. And I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. All you have to do is, when I give you the link, just visit with me for 15 minutes. If you don't have 15 minutes to invest in yourself to find out what you can do, you're probably not the person that I would intend to work with. If you don't have 15 minutes to spare, you don't have any time for you, period. Because everyone wants to ask me stuff, but they don't want to give me what I ask for. Give me 15 minutes of your time. Let me share with you what it is that we can do for you. But you have to make time for yourself. If you don't make time for yourself, it won't work. So Simply Kimber, you said you have RA. I would strongly suggest you work with a holistic practitioner or an integrative functional medical specialist that can help you in those areas, that can help in other areas support your digestion, your elimination, your immunity, and things like that. Because I'm pretty sure if you have RA, you're probably being medicated for it. You probably have some other things going on. I would welcome the chance to be able to help you if you're having any issues with your hair and scalp. But of course, I don't try to be someone's doctor. That's not what I do. I stay in my lane. I evaluate what's going on that relates to your hair. Anything else that I see, I recommend you see that specialist for that area. But if you need someone like myself to help you with your hair, I am here, and I thank you for joining me today. So Moon and something said OKKK. All right. Okay, so Shar, you said, I'm new to your life. You provide training. Of course I do. Again, all of my information is in my bio. You go to my bio, you scroll down, you'll see areas that say beauty and professionals. We offer training. We offer 12-week training to become a holistic practitioner. Our training is currently not, we're working on getting our training. The word has escaped me. We're trying to get accredited because I'm trying to take our training and put it in schools. However, we're working through our accreditation process. So our training is not accredited, but that does not mean you can't train with us in the meantime. We have 12-week programs that come with a lot of information, a lot of hand holding. You get immediately put into our Facebook group. So if you have questions week in and week out, you can ask me questions, put questions about your clients in the chat. We'll answer your questions. We'll tell you how to proceed, what to ask your client. You'll get a lot of information. Then you have clinical training where you have to come to us here in the Atlanta County area to pass out for your clinical training. You put all of the tools that you've used over 12 weeks, you put them to use. You come to us. We work with your marketing. We work with you by putting you on your channels live so people know that you came, you got your certificate. We take your pictures with your certificate. We work with you. We have sessions every week on Zoom. We're going over any questions that you have, that you've gone through the modules and you're having a challenge with something that you read or one of the PubMed journals, one of the NIH journals, you're having any challenges. Weekly, we're going over all your questions and your answers. So you have the Facebook group, you have the 12-week training, you have your clinical pass-out training, and you have your weekly Zoom where you have your questions and answers. So we do offer training for professionals. However, you have to go to the education page of hairlosscenternj.com/education, or go to the bio and go to the beauty and professional area and tap on the 12-week training. We do have scholarship programs. We do have discounts available for those who want to train, because I say this, don't think of it as being a cost, because all the costs that you incur, I promise you, you help one client, 2 clients, 3 clients, you're going to get that investment back, because these people out here, they're searching for help. They need help, but they need qualified people to help them. They need people like yourself who's hungry, who want this information. They're looking for you to raise up, get the information, and help them. There are people who are watching you and they're following what it is that you do. They're waiting for you to say, I offer hair loss services. They're waiting. I myself, I can't help everyone. Everyone that's out here that's certified or is a holistic practitioner can't help everyone. That's why people always need to be trained. So we'll have people in Washington, we'll have people in other areas who need help, but there's no one in that area. So sis, if you're still here and you want information about training, I'm always available. My information is right in the bio. So yes, I want to go down. Renee answered all those questions, and I appreciate you, Renee, for that. Simply Kimber, you're welcome. Shar. Oh, cool. You're still here. Thank you. Simply Kimber, if I can be of assistance, please let me know. I'm always here. My website is hairlosscenternj.com. If you need to, you can always send me an inbox. You can go to the link in the bio. My information is there. I invite everyone to just meet with me for 15 minutes. And I say again, because I don't mince words, if you ain't got 15 minutes, I probably ain't for you, because I need to see you. I put in the text messages when you register. I need to see you on camera. I need to see your hair. How are you going to come on a hair and scalp exam call with a head full of weave, braids, a crochet, or something glued to your scalp? If you have something glued and anchored to your scalp, schedule your appointment when you're going to take that out and you're about to maybe go and get your hair done. Take it out when you're about to wash your hair, because I need to see you on camera. If one more person schedules a 15-minute call with me with something anchored to their scalp, I swear I'm gonna scream. Okay, I'm back. I just want to say thank you again, everybody. And Miss Angie, you said you do have time as nothing is helping and my health is in the garbage. Well, Miss Angie, I say what I mean and I mean what I say. And I am here for you, but I'm going to give you what you asked me to help you with. If you say you want hair growth, I'm going to dig in your stuff and I'll make sure you have the hair growth you want. If you're not one to text and email, if you're not one to take those pictures and show me what it is that I see week in and week out, if you're not sharing with me what you did with your supplements, how you took them, how you're feeling, if you're not getting any rest, you're not giving me the pH levels each week, if you are not sharing with me how many times you went to the bathroom, because I need to know how often are you going to the bathroom, because this is going to help me. If you're not going to send to me how much hair fall you've seen, because the hair fall will begin to reduce the longer you stay in treatment. If you're not ready, this is not the right time. And most trichologists, we all do the same thing. We're going to follow and keep up with you. If you're one of them ones, oh, I'm just go to her and get this information, and I'm not going to call her no more, I'm not going to answer her messages, then this is not the right fit, because I work with my clients indefinitely. I have clients who I service. I came here in 2016 to this building. I have clients who still reach out, still purchase products. They still send me their blood work. They still keep in touch, because this is a relationship. I want to make sure that you get the growth that you want. If you thought you can do it alone, you've been doing it by yourself this whole time. And guess where you at? Sitting right here on this call with me because you want some help. Often you need someone else to help you along. I am not going to be on your case, but I'm going to do what you asked me to do, and I'm going to help you grow hair. So I say all this again. Yes, Kim, I have a YouTube page. If you can go to my bio, you go to my bio, you scroll, you're going to see my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube. You're going to see my website. You're going to see everything. If you are ready, I'm here. But I'm here to help you, because this is what you guys pay me for, and this is what I do. So I hope you all have a wonderful day on purpose. When I say I am so thankful that you guys joined me, because you didn't have to be here. You could have been anywhere. And I supremely thank you for giving me some of your time. So love, peace, and hair grease. If y'all have any questions, please reach out. I'm going to be posting this live on YouTube within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Facebook, this will be on the Facebook page within the next 10 minutes. For my TikTok, I'm going to be cutting and pasting all of this live stream all week long, like different pieces that I think are relevant. And I'm here for you. If you need me, I'm here. I hope you all have a wonderful day on purpose. See you next week, Sunday at 8, for the next live stream where we're going to be talking about growing your hair back in 2026.